is the new Mooer GE100 Pro Li. Now, there are actually two versions of it, the GE100 Pro and the GE100 Pro Li. The Li version that I'm testing today includes a built-in rechargeable battery, while the standard one, the GE100 Pro, doesn't. And for around $120, Mooer just packed quite a lot into this thing. But as always, features don't really matter if they don't work well. So let's just see what this thing can actually do. What actually does Mooer give you for the money? The GE100 Pro Li is a compact multi-effects pedal with amp models, cabinet simulations, effects, NAMM and GNR support, and third-party IR loading. You've got factory presets ready to go, but also user slots for your own presets, for a total of 150 presets. But there is one thing worth mentioning though. If you want to import your own amp captures or IRs, you'll need to use the Mooer Editor's software on a computer. And from what I've tested, that can currently be done from the phone app. It's a quick process, but it's something you should know before buying. You've also got a tuner, a looper, a drum machine, a USB recording, another USB for charging, stereo outputs, instrument inputs, headphone outputs, and the on and off button that is quite useful, by the way. And there is one thing that I really like is the cab sim through, because you can send one output with the cabinet simulation directly to front of house and another output with cabinet simulation directly into your guitar amp. And for live gigs, that's actually pretty useful. The tuner is also more complete than I expected. You can change the reference frequency if you are playing with musicians that don't use the standard A440. You can choose, I don't know, 450 Hz, for example. And yes, there's a tap tempo. There are not many machines using a tap tempo like this, so it's a welcoming function. The Li version also includes the built-in rechargeable battery that holds up to 9 hours. That's plenty. So of course, you can literally unplug it from the wall and keep playing. Features are great. Let's just hear it. Honestly, for this price range, I think it sounds pretty good. But the feature I was most curious about was the NAMM support. So the GE100 Pro Li supports NAMM captures, but Mooer doesn't run NAMM files directly. Instead, it converts them into its own GNR format. So the question is, how much of the original capture survives that conversion? Alright, so for this test I imported the NAMM capture using the Mooer Editor software and converted it to Mooer's GNR format. Then I recorded one DI performance and reamped it both ways, to the unit and to the NAMM amp modeler in the DAW. Same guitar, same playing, same IR, same everything. Okay, so I have here the DI. Now on the Neural Amp Modeler, I have downloaded the NAMM capture. It's a JCM800, and on the IR, I'm using a Marshall V30s. So this is going to be common on the Neural Amp Modeler and on the unit itself. It's here. I can show you. Yep, I have this. So it's going to be a JCM800. It's the same one. If we go back to the cabinet, I'm using the Marshall V30s as well. So first we are going to listen the Neural Amp Modeler. Can you tell which one is the original NAMM plugin and which one is the Mooer? I can hear a difference, and the Mooer version sounds slightly smoother and a little less detail in the top end, but it's actually much closer than I expected. We're gonna use the neural amp modeler as the source. So the curves are surprisingly close. There are some differences in the low mids and the high frequencies, but considering the price of this pedal, I think the results are impressive. So no, it's not identical to running NAMM directly in the DAW, but it's definitely usable. Now let's move on to the AI features. And honestly, this is the feature I expected to be the biggest gimmick. Okay, so the idea is simple. You type in the sound you're looking for, and the app generates the presets. What are the effects? Let me see. Yellow compressor, okay. Black rat, yeah. Kurt Cobain used the black rat a lot. GE100, it seems correct. Okay, that's actually closer than I expected. The chorus is there, the amp character is there, the overall vibe is definitely there. We just have to make a couple of small adjustments and we're pretty close. John Mayer. Alright, we have three options. Let's see the first one. Same story here, it gets you most of the way there and then you just have to fine tune it. So for beginners, I think this is very useful, and for more experienced players, it just saves time. So the other AI feature is stem separation. You just load a song into the app and it separates the guitar, bass, drums and vocals. So for me, the most obvious use cases is practice. You just go to the same icon, you just select AI stem. I already downloaded this a song. Okay, we can play the song just a little bit for the purpose of the video. But now I want just, for example, to solo the guitar. Great, now I just want to mute the guitar so I can play along. If you solo the stems, you'll hear some artifacts, of course. That's normal with pretty much any stem separation tool, but for practicing songs and jamming along, absolutely usable. The good thing here is that you're not limited to use the stems inside the app. You can export them individually and bring them into your DAW for further editing, analysis, or just creating backing tracks. So it's actually more flexible than I expected. So what do I think about the GE100 Pro Li? I think for a beginner or intermediate player, I think there's a lot to like here. You get a good sounding amp, NAMM support, IR loading, useful AI tools, and enough connectivity for most situations. Of course, if you're comparing it directly against the DAW running an amp plugins, then no, but I don't think that's really the point. This thing just costs around $120, and for the money, it's packed with features that are actually useful. If you're interested, I've left links in the description below. Using those help to support the channel at no extra cost for you. If this video helped you out, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!